Okay, so this is a continuation of the project that Dr. Carrier asked me to work on regarding transpiration and nitrogen fertilizers. I used the databases Web of Science and Google Scholar to find a series of papers covering that topic. And here are the articles. Now, I've downloaded them from those databases. They're in my downloads folder. And you can see that only 2 of them have titles that even make sense to me. The remaining 8 don't. So I'm going to use a bibliographic article management system called Mendeley. There's some other ones. EndNote, Zotero are probably the other 2 popular ones to manage the articles and the bibliography that I create from these articles. So I am basically right now just going to do a, Control C copy these, and I'm going to move them to a folder that I've called PFDs. I'm just playing around with the pun there. Different spelling, different organization of the letters. And Control V, I already did this earlier, so we're going to replace those files. Yeah, so there are the 11 files that I downloaded on my topic. And the cool thing is here is that all I have to do is drop articles into this folder. And anytime I open up my management tool, Mendeley will look at this folder, and anything new that's been dropped into it, it'll just add to the database. So the next thing here, I go use Mendeley, which I have downloaded from the internet. There is Mendeley, and log myself into it. I'm already logged into it, so I logged in there. But now I have, if I go to recently added, here are the papers that I just added, and they're already listed here. You can see, I can see who wrote them, I can see the title, the year published, and the journal they're published in. And this is done automatically. And to do this, you go to Files over here, and you say Watch Folders. And I'm going to basically tell it to scroll down to the folder that I want to watch to. So in their documents, I created a folder called PFDs, and all I do is create a check mark there. And again, now, anytime I drop any PDF into this folder called PFDs right there, it will then get incorporated into Mendeley as soon as I open up Mendeley. And so it has done that. We're right here. Now, I can create, what you can see is we can see all the documents that I have in this folder, which is 2,854 PDFs that I have in here. I can look at the ones that are recently added. Those are the 10 right there, or 11. Those that I've recently read. Those that I've actually said were favorites that I've marked. Those that might need some review, where I have can add notes to something. Or things like unsorted. Unsorted means that I have not added them to some other virtual folder. Because I can come over here on the left-hand side, and I can create a series of projects. And there's a one-to-many relationship here. So I can have one paper that will show up in many different projects. Because I might use a paper for more than one project. So I go down here, and it says Create Folder. I'm going to create Transpiration 2. So I have Transpiration 1, Transpiration 2. And go back to my recently added. I'm going to highlight these guys right here. And I am going to come down here to Transpiration 2, drag those across. And I can see that I have the same things in Transpiration right there as I do now in Transpiration 2, but Science Library has different things in it, as does UO Faculty right there, the Transpiration 2. And I notice I have one extra file which showed up, which I didn't mean to get. So let's see, do I see it in here? Yeah, this one right here. This is not related to the project. I actually copied more than one thing. So I can just hit delete. So I've highlighted it, hit my delete button, and it's gone. And it's only gone from this virtual folder. It is still in my database. And if I get rid of it from my database, it is still in that folder of PDFs. But of course, the cool thing here is that I can go through and do, now that's in this folder, these are the papers that I want to use for my project. I can just basically highlight these and paste these into my document in the citation style that I want. So I go to Word and open up Word here. And now I'm typing along and I got my stuff in my paper, and I finally get down to the point where I have my bibliography right there. Go back to Mendeley. The stuff is highlighted. I need to go to View here in Citation Style. And I'm going to go to APA Style right here. And so I highlight, Control C, come over here to my Word document, Control V, and they're in that style there. So I'm happy about that. That is awesome. But I also have the ability to add a plugin to Word, which allows me to start writing along the ways here. And if I need to insert a reference as I'm typing along, I can use this plugin, hit Insert, and we want the paper by Pilbeam right there, and hit OK. And now that shows up there, and I can continue along, and it's already formatted for the style that I need right there. And I can continue on to go. All right. Now, a couple of final things here is that I can also add notes to these papers. But if I add notes, I can go over here to add a note to a paper. But I need to do this not from the folder here, but from the sort of all documents area. So here they're recently added. I can do it from here at this point, but I have to be outside of these folders. I can hit this paper right here, and then I can see abstract, and I can add new tags to it if need be. And I can add notes to it. So I can add a note to it right there, and let's see, we'll say see paragraph 5 on page 6, and then I have a note there. And so I have these abilities to add different bits of information to my document in my system, and there we have it. So I'm going to stop here, but